Have you ever spent an entire weekend fighting with Cursor and getting code that kind of works, but not really? You paste in some half-baked prompt, it gives you something generic, and you spend hours trying to fix it. And you're like, this AI stuff is completely overhyped. I feel ya. I was there too. But then I realized the problem wasn't AI. It was me. So I'm building this app called Painpoint.space, and I'm getting beyond frustrated. I'm talking to Cursor, asking it to help me build these features out, and it's just confusing as all hell. It's removing code I didn't ask it to remove. It's writing messy code that doesn't even solve the actual problem. I'm not gonna lie, I was literally ready to cuss out Cursor because nothing was working the way I wanted it to. And I'm just constantly finding myself saying, no, that's not right. What are you doing? But here's the thing, I'm not really giving it any context to work with. But that's when it just kind of hit me. I needed to stop expecting AI and Cursor to read my mind. By day, I'm a principal software engineer. We don't just wing things when it comes to building features. We write out specs, we document requirements, we give context. So why was I treating AI development like throwing spaghetti at the wall and just hoping something would stick? So I decided to try something a little different. What if I created these feature documents that I do at work, but I would just tweak them a little bit for Cursor consumption? So here's exactly what I did. First, I would create 3 core documents, all in JSON format, because AI can parse that structure way faster than Markdown. And for document 1, this was my product requirements. I would map out who my users were, what problem am I solving, the core features, and most importantly, what I'm not building. Because you know how AI loves to suggest those other features that you didn't even ask for? This document will help keep it focused. So for document 2, this was going to be my technical architecture document. We're talking database schema, API structure, and all of my tech stack decisions. So instead of letting Cursor guess how my app should work, I would give it the entire blueprint up front. And for document 3, this is going to be my UI specs. Every screen, every user flow, every single component was planned out. Because when I ask Cursor for a sign-up form, it will know exactly what it should look like and how it should behave. But here's the real kicker. I would set up a series of Cursor rules. And these Cursor rules would actually point to each of these documents. For instance, I would have a dev checklist rule, and this was to make sure that it would create a development checklist for every single feature prompt to kind of set up these guardrails for Cursor. And then I would have an accountability rule. This one says take your time, don't cut corners, but always reference the feature docs before making any changes. But here's the key rule I added. This is the architecture rule. This states if you're not sure about implementation details, check the architecture docs first. And in all honesty, the magic really happens when you start coding, because now with every single prompt, these rules are in place to keep everything as guardrails. When you ask for a new feature, it's going to go ahead and automatically check your tech architecture to make sure it's using the right specs, or your product development file to make sure the right components and design are being used. Those next 15 days were night and day. When I referenced the document, it was so much easier to convey exactly what I wanted to have done. There was this no more back and forth going, that's not what I asked for, or what are you doing? I got a working prototype out super fast. But here's a really cool extra feature. Having all of that documentation wasn't just there to help with the coding. When it actually came time to start marketing that app, I already had all of the context I needed to workshop marketing material with AI too. But then one day, once I'm done with everything, I get this email from Stripe. And honestly, I thought it wasn't real at first. It wasn't a lot of money, but someone had actually paid me for something I built in my free time. It was mind-blowing. I had an idea, I put it out there super fast, and someone actually paid me for it. That's when I realized if I can do this, I can help other people do this too. And that's why we created the Precursor methodology and we built an app around it. This whole idea is helping other developers, entrepreneurs, founders, or even web agencies get their apps out of their head and into something actually tangible. And I'm using Precursor now for every single project I build. It's still in beta, and if you want to try this approach, you can sign up for the waitlist. The link is down in the description. So look, all of these AI coding tools aren't really overhyped. We're just kind of using them wrong. So stop expecting them to read your mind. Give them context that they need, and watch how much faster you can ship real software that people actually want to pay for. And if you've enjoyed this video, give it a like and make sure to check out the Precursor waitlist. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one.